iPhone 11 was released in 2019, making it a 5 or 6-year-old smartphone and probably the most affordable iPhone lineup to date. This video is about testing the camera quality of this phone. With smartphone cameras advancing rapidly every year, does this old iPhone can still hold up? Or will it be disappointing? Let's find out by starting with the selfie camera. Most of us will often use the front-facing camera, so it better be good in taking photos and some videos. With its 12 megapixel sensor, it can capture nice 4K video at 30 frames per second. It has nice colors and looks natural, especially if you have decent lighting. You can also get wide when taking a selfie photo, but for this example, the sky is completely blown out. We can't see any details from it. To fix that, just tap on the brightest area and that will force the camera to lower the exposure. And you will likely get nice decent photos using the selfie camera. You can also record your selfie videos at 60 frames per second, but it limits you to 1080p quality only. By recording at the higher FPS, you can slow it down or make a slow motion effect on your videos. And I doubt nobody really uses that, but here's a sample of that. So before we dive into some parts of the video, I have updated the iOS version of this phone, which is at 18.3. This helps to produce better image processing and accuracy on skin tones and also reduces noises in dark environments. All photos and videos are captured straight out from the camera without any editing. So let's move on to the video samples, which is my favorite part of this video. We can't deny how this 5-year-old phone can still capture very nice crisp 4K videos. It's not too contrasty and the processing of the image looks cool and natural to my eyes. In the next samples, I've used my mobile gimbal to really stabilize the shots. I'm still shooting in the main camera with the 26mm focal length, and later on, we'll try the ultra-wide lens, but for now, here are the samples. I shot this during golden hours, so the light there was not that harsh and it brings out the warm tone in our scenes, and it's great. If you could also like this video now, so it will motivate me to create more videos like this, so thanks. But do you really need a mobile gimbal? Of course not, because the video stabilization of this phone is more than enough. It does not look shaky, and as you can see, it handles my movement normally. Unless if you're gonna use this for some sports and action films, then you'll probably need a mobile gimbal. The iPhone 11's main camera still performs very well. Although we don't have options for Apple ProRAW, meaning less flexibility in post-editing, but it does provide very decent image quality, as you can see on the samples. Although sometimes the shadows may appear too dark in high contrast scenes, it doesn't look bad at all. And you might experience blown out highlights too, especially in bright skies due to its limited dynamic range. Enabling this smart HDR on your camera can help, but it's not as advanced as newer smartphones. I'm curious to know which iPhone or Android phone you want me to test the camera next, so just let me know in the comment section below and I'll do my best. But before we do that, here are some video samples of the ultra-wide lens of the iPhone 11 in 4K. I know a lot of you prefer the wide-angle view on your videos or photos because who doesn't, right? It's really fun to use, especially on a bright sunny day, although some noticeable distortion around the edges, but it's normal for an ultra-wide-angle lens. But for this sample, that line on the floor looks bad, it's really curved, and I'm not sure if that's the camera's fault or it's just designed that way. I'm not really sure. Before we check the ultra-wide lens on how it performs in low light situation, I just want to quickly show you the portrait mode of this phone. And I think this sample image of the portrait did not disappoint. The processing was not exaggerated. It has good edge detection. It separates me from the background without any weirdness. Another sample here was taken in controlled lighting. I can decide if I want the portrait off or on, adjust the depth of the field or the blurriness of the background. It's very cool to have a portrait mode on your camera, but of course it's not that perfect because it can be inaccurate sometimes. But how about if we use the camera of the iPhone 11 in low light? In this sample, we can notice the lens flare on the neon lights. Of course, this is an older phone and the lens coding for this isn't as advanced as the newer models. It automatically activates the night mode for the main camera, and looking at these sample photos, it looks pretty decent. However, the ultra-wide lens performs poorly in low light. The details get mushy and appear to be soft because of that noise reduction. Here's a comparison of the main lens and the ultra-wide. See it for yourself. Overall, the iPhone 11 camera is still a pretty solid choice this 2025. It delivers crisp, natural-looking photos and videos from reliable smart HDR and night mode on the main camera. However, the low light performance is limited, especially for videos and ultra-wide shots. If you're a casual user, this is good for capturing shots and for your daily social media content. But if you're looking for something better, watch this next. You might find this useful.